Okay, everybody, welcome back. Let's Paint TV. We're here for you for the duration of the next hour. We're going to talk to you and interact. Give us a call, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. Come in the chat room, chat it up, and interact. Let's get social now. Let's get all social and stuff. All right, I'm going to get some coffee, some water. And I recommend that you do the same so that we all go get coffee at the same time, or water. Because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. And I don't want to miss a second of inspiration, perspiration, possibilities, endless love, happiness, sadness. I don't want to miss any of it. And I don't want you to either. So for the next minute to 2 minutes, go get some coffee and some water, or whatever you need to get. Use the bathroom. And we'll meet, we'll rendezvous back here in the next 2 minutes. 2 minutes flat. Starting now. Okay, we're back. Let me check this camera here. Fix it. Fix the camera. All right, let's take this call here on the program. Hello, caller. You're on Let's Paint TV.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, is this Alex? What's going on, man?
We just tuned in, man.
Oh,
we're making the event page.
wait a second. For some reason, I don't know if people can hear you.
Can they hear me? Can you hear me?
You're kind of low. I don't know
Huh. How about now?
why don't I turn up the volume? Okay, here we go. I just got to turn up the volume. Talk again.
Hey.
All right, now we're talking. Okay.
Cool. That was amazing last night, John. I was looking at those paintings on your Facebook page, and it's just boggling mind.
Oh, yeah. That was real fun. I got to say, I had a good time doing those little paintings.
So on the show yesterday, is that when you built your little canvas carrier?
Not on the show, but after the show, I went into my little wood shop and built the little canvas carrier. I think I'm going to go into production of that.
I think you should.
But it's kind of, the way I build things, it's kind of half-assed. I don't think anyone's going to really want one.
Hey, why don't I see anything on the show? What's going on? Where are you?
Crap. I don't know.
It just says info lithium battery and
still getting coffee at this time.
No, yeah, you're like 2 minutes. We're like in the future. We're talking in the future, Alex.
Wow. Dude, you just blew my mind. We're in the future.
You're in the future. You guys are like in Australia. We're in Australia. We are the future.
They're like beating this off the moon and back.
Yeah, so
wow.
So there's a tape delay is what the deal is.
It's a long delay. I'm surprised.
I know. It's not very instant. In fact, it's kind of tricky to get. When I read people's comments, it's usually pretty lame. I mean, you know, I can't follow what's going on, so always.
Yeah. So what are you doing today?
Well, I'm gonna drinking coffee, taking calls, and
oh, right, already.
Yeah, we're doing that basically, and then I do have another painting I want to get to working on, but I have to go out to the van and get my bag of paints, so I might not get to that because might just hunker down on this chair and just never leave and just talk and hang out. You still there? I think we lost him. Anyone there? Okay, you guys, it's Let's Paint TV. Thanks again for being here. We're just getting started with our day. Some of us have already started our day for various reasons. Maybe you're in a different time zone, or you just wake up earlier than I do, and so you're wide awake. But bear with us as we get started through the fog of the from dreamland to what? I'm trying to think some kind of reality. And coffee is one way of is generally speaking one way to get things going in our system, get our systems going. Coffee and donuts. 818-528-4516. I didn't have donuts, but I had some sort of fancy pastries that basically tasted like pretty damn fancy donuts. They were like cronuts. They were like croissant donuts, cronuts. I don't think they called them that because they were from a Argentinian restaurant. So I don't know if they would be that hip to all the hipsters language verbiage to call them cronuts, but basically they were probably just that, pretty tasty critters, and with coffee, forget it. Anyway, 818-528-4516 is the number. If you want to call the program, you can, or not. You don't have to call. You can just hang out and see me melt, see me flounder from all the attention or lack of attention or boredom or whatever it is. Enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. We're going to be here for another 45 minutes at least, and so we'll go from there. As you can see, that painting is prominently being promoted right now. We kind of jazzed it up, if you will, and I like the results enough to just maybe let it sit there and stew. Let it stew for a while, and so we're probably not going to work on that painting today, but we could talk about the painting, or we could talk about painting in particular, guys. I'm more than happy to talk to you about that. After all, it is Let's Paint TV. At times we go off astray. We talk about I don't know, politics, though try not to go too far into that, but we will go there, I guess. And talk about really all types of different things in life, all aspects of life. Painting is life. art is life. Creativity is life. Everything is life. Death is life. Is that possible? I believe so. Death is life. Death is life. It's one way to look at it. That's always the way to go too. Is finding a way to look at something, to appease and to please your inner sanctum. Just a weather update here in Los Angeles. People don't think we have weather, but we do have weather, and whether you appreciate that or not, that's your own issue. That's your own problem. But it's windy. It's windy. I think we have the Santa Ana winds coming through, and watch out. Watch out, guys. All right, I'm just finishing my coffee. Taking your calls. 818-528-4516. We got the audio mixer, baby. We got the audio mixer. Thanks again to you all for your support. There's still 20 more days left for the audio mixer and also other art supplies that we can be using for our program here that we provide to you each and every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon Pacific Standard Time. Feel free to call us here, 818-528-4516, 818-528-4516. There's the mixer right there. You can see a little, it's definitely an updated update for me here, technology-wise, in the studio. And by the way, if you are interested in purchasing my old audio mixer that sort of half-ass works, which is we're big proponents of half-assing. We're big proponents of things that don't work always. However, sometimes you do need to move on, and we did. And I'm grateful for that because it was not working out for us. But it does actually kind of work, kind of. So we have that up on our eBay listed as an auction. So there's like 3 people watching it. So I don't know. It might go for $10. Maybe someone knows how to fix things or want to experiment. It's $10 at the moment. So all right, a little more coffee here. Alex was alluding to the fact that last night we were painting. We went and did some life drawing, and I haven't done that in a long time. And honestly, I'm not interested in drawing. I'm Mr. Let's Paint. Why would I be drawing? Actually, I don't mind drawing, but every time I'm drawing, I'm wishing I was painting. So screw that. So I brought the teeniest little easel contraption and a bunch of little teeny paintings to paint on, and I had a ball. I had a great time, and I could show you one. Let me just show you one. I got one right here to show you. This is probably one of my better ones. I did about 12 little canvas paintings. But this one is probably the most advanced or one of the better ones. I think I came up with about 3 or 4 that were really good that are keepers, if you know what I mean. Now, I don't know if... let me get out of this shot. This rotating shot. Let's get out of this rotating shot. Let me get what kind of shot do we got here? Is it this shot? No, it's not that shot. Why is that there? All right, we're gonna have to just get a new shot. Let's get a new shot, a FaceTime shot. Okay. So, here's the. That's the painting I did. One of the paintings. It's a 25-minute pose. This guy. And it's a 5x7 canvas, which I don't really work that small usually, but like I said, it's actually kind of fun to mix it up. So that was that was fun, I gotta say. So look forward to doing some more of that in the future. Paint. So that's where we are at. Update with me, with you, What about you? What's going on in the chat room? Anything going on over there? Bongo and Eric. Eric says it would be great seeing you working for a TMZ tour van. Yeah. You know, I could actually see myself doing it in a way. I'm not necessarily that terribly outgoing, personable person in real life. I do kind of can shut down and be more of an introvert. But if I know that I'm supposed to be performing, and particularly like the TMZ tour van, that's pretty much what you do. I'd be kind of fun to do, because you would have all these little stories to tell about various stars and their homes and whatever, and it'd be fun to just kind of do my thing the way I do it in that regards. It's not over the top. I'm not an over the top kind of guy. I'm not one of these hyper. I'm not terribly hyper, though I can get there. I can go there. But I'm not just Mr. Fake showbiz phony crap. I'm kind of, I'll get down. I'll tell you. I mean, if I know, if I know a particular story about something, and I feel inclined to say it, I'll say it, and I'm not gonna hold back. No, actually, I would. I might. You got to second guess. You got to second guess yourself sometimes. All right, or not. No, maybe you should. All in the day, all in the wonderful world. All in the wonderful world. Do 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 do. Make art out of your old broken mixer. Paint it up. No, it's not worth painting. But I do have it up on eBay. You can buy it. It's at $10. Opening bid. Laura asks, here we got an actual painting question here. What kind of paint do I prefer? I prefer oil paint. I do, Laura. But I'm not against. I'll tell you what. I've sort of evolved a little bit, and I think that's as you get more into going down the line, and it's sort of that. Oh, you can't. I'm drinking coffee right now. That saying, you can't teach a dog old tricks, but in art, that's the beauty of art and creativity is that you do get new tricks. That's why you stay in the game of making art and being an artist, is that new tricks are always right around the corner. And so yes, you can obviously be set in your ways, and through periods of time you become set in your ways, but it is always a relief and exciting to change it up. So for a long time I was Mr. Only oil paint, and I still am for the most part. That is my number one go-to paint. But don't I'm not necessarily I'm not afraid to use some other material. Is what I'm saying, and I think that goes part of the ethos of Let's Paint TV, and that is just throw down the paint, put paint down, and use the same approach to painting mannerisms, which inherently you can't escape anyway, with all the various materials. Granted, it's going to be tricky. Granted, certain aspects do change you up, but if you just hack away with whatever you got, you'll find some benefit in that approach, I think. I do like watercolor though. Secretly, I like watercolor a lot, and of course that does have a different approach in general. Like there's a kind of an unwritten rule that you go light to dark. You go light to dark with watercolor, whereas oil paint you tend to go. You can do whatever you want with oil paint, frankly, but in a more if you're trying to represent something and being accurate and depict something in a representational way, then most likely you're going to be benefiting. You would benefit by going dark to light. But don't stay steadfastly fast to that concept ever. Boy, there's just so many things out there, guys. It's just unbelievable. So I like those in particular. I've had success. I've had success using those materials, those mediums. But I also just recently I bought some acrylic paint that I have yet to really bust out yet and use. But I'm interested in keen to use acrylic paint for whatever reason. But I used to have a blockage about acrylic paint, and maybe because I was using crappy acrylic paint, that probably was the case. But I never liked the results, and I'm still afraid of that. That's going to be the case still. But nevertheless, I will at some point jump in, and I do like the idea with the acrylic paint is that it seems kind of unnecessary though a little bit, but you could, in theory, or you can paint on top of it with oil paint. But then what's the point? Why don't you just paint with oil paint in the first place? That is you know, now I'm thinking ahead of myself here. We do that a lot. Have I ever done mixed media art? Yeah, I guess. What do you think mixed medium art is? I mean, is that collage? I think of mixed media, I guess I do think somewhat of a collage or different art materials, right? Maybe mixing sculpture with painting. Yeah, no, I've done a certain amount of that over the years. Lago Parrot wants to know, how would you clean an old oil painting that's been in storage and very dirty? Maybe even rat mess on it. It's thick. Yeah, good question. Now, this is what I would do. Depending on how brittle you think the canvas is, it's oil. Soap and water with an old like cotton t-shirt, a damp, wet cotton t-shirt, preferably white, maybe, I guess. But it really doesn't matter. But white is easier if any of the fabric kind of falls off in the process of taking it off. You can probably pick it up and see it on the surface of the painting. But be careful. Go a little bit at a time. But I've also just kind of gone crazy and just knocked the whole area off with the damp canvas with soap, dish soap, dish soap, and not a crap load of it, but a little bit of it, a little dab on the wet cotton t-shirt, that a scrap cotton t-shirt type of thing, and that will pick up all the dirt, a lot of it, but it won't do 100% now, but it will do a pretty good job. And then after you get a lot of that off, then come back in again. And remember, damp. I would go damp, not like super wet. Don't go all wet crazy. And if it's like rat crap that's like built up, big gobs of it, well, yeah, you're gonna have to just baby that one and kind of slowly wetten it up. That's how I would do it, but I'm not an expert. But I've sort of heard this as a way to do it, at least from other I've heard that advice, and I've used it plenty of times. Just a little bit of soap and water. But again, I am not a conservator of on any aspect of anything. I'm barely an artist. I'm barely qualified to give you information in the first place about anything. Anyway, more questions coming to you right here on the program. Let's Paint TV. Feel free to call us, 818-528-4516. That's the number, or just ask your questions in the chat room and I'll try to answer them, be it that there's about a 5 to 10 minute delay in the chat. All right, great questions talking about painting and the stuff like that. Lago Parrot says it's one of your pieces. You have one of my old paintings? That's what I would do. Just soap and water, and just don't soak it, but just carefully move it off like that. Also, if it's just dusty, just get a nice, duster kind of brush and brush it off that way. Just do that. I would maybe do that at first. I would first brush it off, whatever can come off, and be careful though. You don't want to push the dirt into the canvas. You want to somehow find a way to the way you apply the brush to the surface in such a way that the dust comes off. You know what I mean? You don't shove it in. Kind of try to lift it off, if you know what I mean. And then go to the soap and water, and I think you'd be fine. And then possibly, if you wanted to, after it's dry and you feel like it's really clean, you could actually get some spray varnish. They sell that, and I could get you the exact name, but I think it's called like Damar Varnish Picture Varnish. I think it's just look for Picture Varnish, and it's a spray. You can also brush it on, but I find that tends to be more problematic. So just get the spray, and you could just do one coat real quickly and then let it dry, and that might be enough, but then maybe do another coat, and that'll give you an even thing. A favorite piece I've ever painted, I gotta say it is always the last painting that was successful. That tends to be my favorite painting that I've ever painted. I don't really have, I never go back too far, but I've been fortunate to over the years to have been excited and happy to keep going and paint and pursue making artwork, because I've had some kind of success, at least in my mind, or maybe I sold the painting, which is even maybe that keeps you going too, obviously. But so if you say favorite painting, like the painting I just showed you right now, that's my favorite painting. Just because I did it last night, it's fresh in my mind. Yeah, spray varnish, picture spray varnish. Get the kind that can easily come off. There's a way, there's a material, a way to pull that off. But yeah, spray. Honestly, I don't even mess with that stuff usually, but I do have a can of it, and occasionally, if I see, sometimes when you look at a painting, particularly if you've sort of messed with it recently, or there was some sort of strange, like in your case, maybe damage, rat piss or something, it might have taken some of the shine off the original painting. So with the spray varnish, it will kind of give an even coat over the whole thing. But also the materials that's in the spray varnish supposedly aren't causing any harm to the painting, and they're also easy to take off if with some particular medium or solvent. You can you can take that off without causing, again, any harm to the artwork. And then on top of it, with the picture varnish, it will protect the painting, apparently, from dust and other stuff. Like I said, it's something that I generally don't worry about. I stay away from it. Also, the reason why I don't worry about it is that it's recommended, or you're supposed to use that spray at after 6+ months after the painting has dried. So you're supposed to wait 6 months for your painting to dry. I mean, I do a painting and I'm trying to sell it like tomorrow, you know. I'm not waiting 6 months to spray it. And I put these things out in the market, and plus most artists basically don't use that. I'll leave you at that, particularly in a contemporary art sense. Not that you care one way or the other, but I'm just saying, most artists, in fact, that can damage the art as much as it's supposed to be good. It can also cause harm, particularly if you're using delicate materials. Let's just say you're doing a painting on canvas and you decided you wanted to use coffee stains and ketchup, and weird product, and maybe even watercolor stains, or and then the canvas, and then you put spray varnish over it. It will just ruin it. Speaking of that, talk about pet peeve, ruining artwork. You see a lot of this is people use a gloss medium shine over all their artwork, as if that's gonna make their work better and more sellable, because it's slick and it hides all their problems that they had in the painting. Pet peeve of mine, anytime I see a painting which just got too much shine, then I turn away. I run for the hills. I run for the hills. All right, 818-528-4516 is the number. Thanks again. Feel free to call us here at Let's Paint TV. We are happy to be here. It's Friday. March. The Ides of March. Is Julius Caesar, is he, what day is that? The Ides of March. When is that? Has it come up? I haven't heard anyone talk about it, but I'm assuming it is either, most likely just around the corner kind of deal, but I just don't know. All right, 818-528-4516 is the number. Spray varnish. Now, if I honestly, I wouldn't mess with the varnish. Don't mess with picture varnish if you don't have to. Is my answer. And I don't know what piece you have. Do you have like a hamburger painting or something? I'm not clear what you have. Who are you? Who are you, Lago? Have I ever been asked to try animation? No. I'm not that kind of artist. I'm not that's a drawing thing. Again, I'm not a drawer. I'm not a comic book artist. I just don't like fill the role. I'm not good with working with people with my art. I'm kind of I mean, not that I'm against the collaborations. I like collaborations, but I'm not going to work for the man with my art is the thing. So I would never have been happy working as an animator, though good money, but it wouldn't have been my purpose in life to just work for somebody else doing someone else's designs or have you something like that. Not that that's your answer or was that was really your question, but no, I'm not. I hadn't really. I did years ago actually apply for a background animator job for because I was feeling like I needed to make some money basically, which is always the case. But honestly, it's there is that issue though. When you devote so much time of your creative skills to somebody else's creation, be it your an art studio assistant maybe for some important or wannabe or thinks they're important artist type who is filthy rich for various means or really they are the greatest artists in the world, whatever, but you're doing all this work for them. You're not going to most likely, and a lot of artists will concur, your output is going to be lessened considerably. Though it could be helpful, but I would say get out of there as fast as you can. Get the experience you get out of it. Glean all the good stuff from that particular job that you got. But if you want to, if you feel like there's something more to your life, and you want to be a more isolated, broke artist, then get out of there. Like me. I laugh, but I'm crying. No, it's good and bad. It's all good and bad. Anyway, so there you go. I don't know. I went into that diatribe that wasn't even really could have been just a one answer question, a one sentence response, and yet nothing like blowing something out of proportion. Big art fairs, always art fairs going on, and just reading that the no, I'm not Banksy. No, not at all. You couldn't even see a thread of him in me, can you? I mean, there's not even a chance. There's no way that anything that guy has done and what I have done, there's not even a close overlap, which is good. I mean, that's an interesting phenomenon. Obviously, we've talked about Banksy. Like I said, I'm not necessarily into bashing, which you would think that I would probably be, start bashing Banksy or somebody else that's famous. I mean, that's the easy thing to do. Like I just recently turned the corner on the whole bashing of Kanye West. Now I feel like I kind of like him. Okay, now I think I need some water. My head has. I just need to get some water. We got water over here. That's why I got it. I brought it out here. So 818-528-4516. It's getting hot in here. Let's turn on the fan. It's windy. And I'm going to start work on this other painting. So I'm going to move it into position here. And it's a follow-up of the flower in the vase, but it's going to be large, and I have it right here. I kind of started it, so I'm going to put this other painting off to the side. Not sure, not necessarily sure. I think it's okay to have, like I said, I have not figured anything out. I know you don't necessarily can't hear me so much right now, but yeah. Okay. All right, so I was starting to say how I not really ever figured out too much of anything as an artist, except for just hang in there is probably the best thing that I have discovered. Hang in there and keep painting. And there tends to, things start to work themselves out. So if the one thing that you get out of this program, which hopefully you get more than one, but hopefully that could be somehow embedded into you as a creative soul that we all are some way, one way or the other. So if you keep that in mind, then things can play themselves out, which is good. All right, so this is an old painting that I had done that I hated. I hated the concept or whatever it was. So now, but I knocked it out, and then I decided, well, let's paint a vase. It's really just kind of classical in a sense, but also in a more physical, painterly sense is where I'm headed with it. So, but I gotta go get my paints now. If that's really my next step here, and we only got a few more minutes left of this program, so I don't know if I should just step out or just keep talking to you, and maybe I will just keep talking to you. So. Because it's a lot more intimate. Anyway, 818-528-4516 is the number. We just got a few more minutes left here. By the way, if you like the program and you enjoy this daily onslaught of inside an artist studio, which is basically what this has become daily, Monday through Friday, though at times we offer some fun fare, fun food fare. We can offer some fun aspects, funner and funnest moments of grandeur that we might not be providing to you today. And if that's the case, I am sorry for that. And we'll come back Monday and give it to you more. Give you some more fun and new outlook on life. If this was not up to par, then forgive me. But nevertheless, if you do like this, what goes on here, the ups and downs that go on here, feel free to chip in. chip in, and the best way to do that, there's basically 3 ways, I think, to do this. 4 ways. There's plenty of ways to do this. And one way to do it is go to patreon.com/letspainttv, and for as little as $1, guys, just $1 a month is all you need to do and commit to. And you'll be supporting Let's Paint TV, and when you do that, all supporters through the patreon.com/letspainttv portal will be considered supporters of the program, and we will put you in the credits. So your name will be on the end of each of these shows. So that is a bonus that you can live with. I think we could all live with. So there you go, patreon.com. Now there's some other great spots, places that you can find. Well, we got that Kickstarter for one, and that link is there at letspainttv.com, along with the patreon.com/letspainttv link. It's all there at letspainttv.com, letspainttv.com, where we paint and we let's paint. We do it. We try. We struggle. We fail. We make mistakes, but we keep going. And as I said earlier, if that's the one thing that we get out of this program, is that we keep trying even if though we suck. And we're not the coolest slice of pizza. We're not the new beautiful thing that everyone wants. It's okay. Just keep going. Keep going. And maybe one day. Or not. It's okay though. It's okay not to worry about it. And ultimately, that might be your best bet, is to not worry about that kind of nonsense. Anyway, so those letspainttv.com again for those links. But also, we also have a store, a shop there at Let's Paint TV, where you can buy some of these lovely paintings and t-shirts. Oh my, oh my. All right, that is where we're at. We just got a few more minutes here. Let's read some more chats, and will you feel free to call us. What will you be working on Monday's show, Laura? That's a great question. I have no idea. Really depends on what goes down in the next couple of days. I'm going to work on this flower painting here. Basically, is the next kind of move, but other than that, I'm kind of out of canvas, sort of, but I have small canvas. I kind of ran out of the big canvas, but I might have to get some bigger canvases. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing Monday, but we might have a surprise for you. How many Jim Barry shows did I do a month? Well, that was during the course, I'd say during the course of a month average, I probably did just two a month, I would bet. During the 5 years that I did it consistently, I did about 2 a month, I believe. But I could have been maybe a tad bit less 1 year, and then maybe a tad bit more. So I would say it was averaged about 2. Now I could be wrong, but if that were the case, that's like that's what would that be? How many? That's like 50 a year, 50, and then 5. That's 250 Jim Barry shows. That might be more than what I really ever did. I'd say I probably did 200 Jim Barry shows. I have all the 3/4 inch tapes stashed away here at the Let's Paint TV compound. I could count them, and then I could actually figure it out and get the actual number. But that's my guess, is that I did about 200 during the course of the sort of the 5-year run. But again, I'm not certain, and maybe it was a little bit less. It clearly was over 100. I know I did over 100 for sure. And but did I do 200? I want to say I did, but I don't really know. Anyway, 818-528-4516 is the number. We're taking your calls, talking about art. And all that jazz. And all that jazz. I'm going to be posting some more of those Jim Barry shows. I can only, at the moment, post the ones that I have on VHS tape. And I don't have a way, as I mentioned before, to put the ones that are on 3/4 because my 3/4 inch tape deck needs to be fixed. So, I don't know how many more of those I have on VHS, but I'm going to look and put them up in the next handful of days or months or whatever until I get tired of doing that. As we get tired of doing a lot of stuff here, we're always questioning what to do and how am I driving kind of deal, and so it's one of those deals. You can't, at least in my case, I am not certain of the future, except for I know that I guess I'm optimistic that we'll be back Monday and be taking your calls. And reading your chats. Okay, so Eric, you remember seeing those shows back in the day. If you ever get the JB show up and running again, I would love to help in some way, says Bongo. Do I own the master tapes, rights and all? Yeah, we always, yes, you do own them. You own the rights. I think technically there was some written something in the, you do sign something, and I think technically they could ask for payment for the use of the studio if they saw money in what you had. So like, let's just say that those videos somehow became popular, so popular like Beyonce and whoever else, and there's just billions of dollars involved, then they could, I think they could come knocking on the door and say, well, you owe us, like $2,000 for the use of the studio time and to pay the directors who made that, help produce the show. I believe there could be something like that. Chicago. Socket Mark. There you go. Bongo wants to do the card thing. You mean that where you write on the cardboard and then what do they call those things? Oh, you mean take one? Yeah, that's the what do they call that? They call that something. There's a name for it. Cue cards. You could also do the cue cards. Bongo, you do the cue cards and the take one, whatever you call that thing. There's a name for that. Socket Mark, it is. We are live. We're live here every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon, Pacific Standard Time. I probably should, just say that instead of, cue cards. Those are the cue cards. But what are the things that you go like that? And the clapper. I guess they call it the clapper. I think they call it the clapper, maybe. No, they don't call it the clapper. Clap on, clap off, the clapper. People always ask me, George. All right, guys, that is it. We did it. Another week of action-packed programming here at Let's Paint TV. Go out there and spend the rest of your day with the creative bliss that you all have in you. Board. It's called a board. Yeah, Laura? Wow. They're doing fine, I believe. I haven't talked to Bernard in a while, but he does make his appearance once in a while. So I think they're doing just fine, and my brother's doing fine. Thanks for asking. And that is it, I believe. We're gonna sign off unless you have something really crucial to ask me, and you need to call me or write in the chat room. I'll be happy to answer it real quickly. Otherwise, I will say good day, Paul Harvey. Good day.